This is a certified hood classic.
The Ben 10 series is home to many venerated alien forms, which is why in today's video we'll be talking about one of Ben's greatest aliens, aka Diamondhead. Diamondhead is one of my all-time favorite aliens, and it's so cool knowing he's one of those universally loved aliens in the community. I also believe Big Chill fits in the same category as well. I've never seen anyone hate on those two OGs. Anyways, in today's video, we'll be talking about the sensational return of Diamondhead. So without further ado, let's get right on with the video. The rematch of the century was finally taking place as Ben pulled up to the battlefield as Jetray to speak with Paul Heyman, and him I mean Vilgax's advocate, Siphon, on the fact he'll most likely be his new lawnmower employee by the time he's done clapping Vilgax with a Star Platinum special. I gotta say, Season 3 Ben gotta be one of the most disrespectful dudes in cinema history. Bro pulled up talking about, are you gonna be working for me after I clap your boss in this 1v1 because I really hate mowing the lawn. This dude Ben was on cloud 9 after saving the world, and we can't really fault Ben because if we were in the homie shoe, we would have been talking the same shit towards Siphon too. Siphon wasn't having any of Ben's foolish antics and told the hero once his boss is finished deleting him, he'll gladly place the Omnitrix on Vilgax. Suddenly, Siphon teleports out of the area with a quickness like he was Goku escaping the sun's teacher conference, and I was thinking to myself, damn, I just know shit's about to go down if the homie is dipping like that. Then the camera moves up and oh my god, just look at that big ass orange asteroid. You already know Ben is going to be receiving a spectacular Spider-Man level ass beating, especially with the way Ben's eyes shot up like Wally West after the homie realized Madame Rouge was built different. Shit was already turning south for Ben when this asteroid made impact on the ground in front of him, but it rose to another level when the 99 overall talent Vilgax walked out of the flames with a declaration of deleting him for good and taking over the planet with an iron fist and Justice Superman type shit. Now let's pause for a second and talk about how menacing Vilgax is as an arch villain. When the homie first pulled up in the original series with his OG design, I could just tell he has a different type of sinister energy about him as opposed to Dr. Animo or the Forever Knights. Vilgax had the same energy as Ganondorf or Thanos whenever he pulled up in an episode. Not to mention, this new Vilgax turned the Galactic Enforcers and the Plumber Helpers into a bunch of Yamchas. So I already knew this nigga Vilgax is about to turn our homie Ben into 2008 MCU Hulk with his impending, life-changing ass beating. Ben on the other hand was nonchalant about the 1v1 so far. The homie deadass told Vilgax to skip his usual generic ass main villain threats and get on with throwing hands already as he can't miss out on the new Sumo Slammers marathon. Here I'm thinking, Ben, you're either one confident ass dude or one dumb ass dude, cause bro, you're spitting this much game to the nigga who clapped the Galactic Enforcers and absorbed their powers. The man has Ultimo's powers and that nigga's known for being the Superman of the Ben 10 verse. He clapped your grandpa, aka the GOAT Plumber, and his squad with ease. Try taking this 1v1 seriously because if you don't, we're gonna see a repeat of Vegeta versus Cell. Anyways, the fight commences and oh my god y'all, the madness Vilgax was on Ben's tail like water and rice. Vilgax uses his 100 overall beams to stun Ben's ass to the floor. Once Ben was stunned to the ground, Vilgax ran up on the hero and clobbered his face with a 90s Sting Punch special. This frame y'all, I'm sorry but I might have to clown on our boy Ben Tennyson for a quick second. Vilgax had Ben performing S-tier bounce animations into the water fountain like he was Scooby and Shaggy from that one episode of the classic Scooby-Doo series. All of this could have been prevented too if he called up Azimuth for a training management program, but Ben just had to activate the inner cocky Android Saga Vegeta in him, and now he's paying the same price as the Hulk in his embarrassing throwdown with Thanos in Infinity War. Vilgax runs up on Ben with a raw 1000 rock animations to give him another slobber knocker of a punch, and pause. Y'all look at Ben's face in this frame. Homie is terrified for his life. Bro got the same facial expression as SpongeBob in that one sensational meme. Ben is most likely thinking to himself, damn, maybe I should have listened to my grandpa and the squad on actually taking this nigga Vilgax seriously because now he's making me look like a phony. Now we need to discuss about one of the most derisive moments in Ben 10 history as Vilgax punched Ben into the stone wall and pulled out the Justice League Darkseid stomp on the hero with his dirty ass boot. Easily one of the more degrading moments in Ben 10. Only Lord knows what kind of nasty shit is under that boot Vilgax is using to stomp the shit out of Ben's face. For all we know, it could be a squash roach or gourmand doo-doo Ben is tasting with each Darkseid stomp. Realizing Jetray's no match for the returning prep time Vilgax, Ben switches to Big Chill to continue on with a 1v1 throwdown. Now let's quickly pause paused the commentary to talk about how cold this man Big Chill is, no pun intended. Big Chill is without a doubt one of the most universally loved aliens Ben has access to, and his design is just so beautiful. I think all Ben 10 fans can agree with those two statements. Anywho, Ben utilizes the Injustice 2 Glacier Grenade technique from Vilgax to temporarily immobilize him so he can deliver one of his sensational ice puns. I always love when Big Chill pulls out a one-liner. Unfortunately for Ben, Vilgax activated his heat vision and broke out of the ice with relative ease. Ben was like, yeah buddy, you might be much stronger than our last encounter from 5 years ago, but I'm still gonna troll you like the S-tier jokester I am. As Ben continued to make ice puns on Vilgax while freezing him with his ice attacks, Vilgax, who was tired of Ben's foolish antics, activated his Hall of Fame gem piece to grab Ben in his intangible form, and at this moment our homie Ben realized he goofed so damn bad. Ben was even telling Vilgax he can't do that, and here I'm thinking, Ben, you should have known Vilgax would have pulled something like this out of his ass to one up on you in y'all's 1v1. After all, Vilgax spent 5 whole years mastering his Batman prep time skills to wax you in the revenge plot of the century. You should have known better, my brother. With Ben in the cane chokehold, Vilgax used the opportunity to electrocute the hero with his glove, Young Justice Black Lightning style, which caused the hero to drop to the ground like a fried fly. Embarrassing but deserved, since Vilgax is reminding this nigga Ben why he shouldn't take him lightly. Ben must have forgotten their first encounter, had him out here looking like Sasuke in the squash match against Itachi in the OG Naruto. At this point, Ben was tired of being turned into 07 Jamie Noble and activated a trump card, aka Humungousaur. As soon as Ben transformed into the maxed out version of Humungousaur, I already knew we were about to get a good behemoth throwdown, Hulk v Wolverine type shit. One amazing tidbit about the heavy hitter alien types of Ben's arsenal is they always have amazing fist fight matchups. The GOAT throwdown champion Forearms, for example, had the cleanest fight scenes every time in the OG series, whether it was against Kevin or Vilgax, and Humungousaur replaced Forearms as a strong dude of Ben's alien. So I was thinking, oh yeah Vilgax, you're done buddy. We packed up just like that. Ben even charged at Vilgax like a charger from Left 4 Dead, ready to clock this film into next week. And of course, I turned out wrong, as by the time the dust settled, Ben was on his back once again smelling the hideous odor of Vilgax's boot. I'm sorry my Humungousaur brothers and sisters, but the writers jobbed out this nigga so quickly. Shit reminded me so much of the time Vegeta talked so much shit to Broly in the legendary Super Saiyan movie just to get clapped in the instant by the legendary Super Saiyan. All I know, my GOAT Forearms would have done way better in this 1v1 contest of strength. Homie would have chucked his ass into another one of his ships like the last time. Dog, like this frame, holy moly man. Vilgax has full on manifested into a twisted individual. He don't care anymore. Somebody come help our boy because he's practically begging for assistance with that sad face of his. Luckily, Ben's squad pulled up just in time with way big to assist Ben. Vilgax was like, oh hell nah, y'all aren't allowed to get between our 1v1, get the fuck back. And Kevin was like, yo my dude, chill, we're not gonna jump you. But Way Big on the other hand, I don't know. Way Big walks over to defend Ben against Vilgax, and this gotta be one of the best post-ups in cinema history. Way Big was glaring at Vilgax like, hold up, ain't you the same clown I chucked into space years ago for bullying my little homie Ben Tennyson all those months? Yeah, instead of chucking you like a baseball, this time around I'm gonna give you the G Lightning special. The moment we've all been waiting for finally arrives as Way Big is transferred back to Ben's Omnitrix, and look at our homie smile, y'all. He's already thinking of giving him the G Lightning clutch special with Way Big. Ben slams the Omnitrix in hopes of getting Way Big, but instead transforms into Space Jesus, aka Chromastone. Chromastone is one of my all-time favorite Ben 10 aliens, so while I was scared for Ben in this scene, I was also thinking he can make this shit work, since in my opinion, the homie is way more capable than Humungousaur. Anywho, Vilgax runs up on Ben with those devious Ahsoka running animations, which leads to Ben posting up and lighting his ass with a beam, which causes the menace to fly away into the force field like he was Darkseid in his final throwdown with Superman from Justice League Unlimited. You see what I'm talking about, y'all? Chromastone from that one beam strike alone has done way more in this fight than Humungousaur. You gotta give this nigga more props. Ben performs his heroic leap to face off against Vilgax again and starts spitting game on him, Eminem style, on what his next attack will be, and pause. We all know this grin, man. This is the type of grin twisted villains do in series when they know they're about to perform an Uno reversal on the main character of the story. The way Vilgax was smirking as Ben asked him the question, you just knew the situation was about to go south for Ben. Vilgax modifies his sword into a material of Titanite. I hope it's Titanite. Looks so awful like the material. Ben activates his Hall of Fame crystal beam on Vilgax again. Unfortunately, the same attack doesn't work this time around, and Vilgax is able to walk past through the maneuver with relative ease. Vilgax walks up to Ben, raises up his sword, and smashes Chromastone into a bunch of pieces. At this moment, I was so done, y'all. I had the same expression as Ben's squad. Like, no way the GOAT hero Ben Tennyson is cooked like that. Who's gonna tell Julie her man got waxed by an obsessed loser who got packed up 5 years ago? Cause I know it ain't gonna be any of them there. Vilgax raised up his arm like he was Bobby Lashley after defeating Brock Lesnar in the 2022 Royal Rumble and instructed his advocate to collect his new prize, the Omnitrix, so he can finally fulfill his twisted dream of turning the entire universe into a bunch of Bellamy's. Now we need to talk about one of the most jaw-dropping moments ever as the Omnitrix began to recollect all the Chromastone shards on the floor. And look at the face of Ben's squad. Them folks were spooked out of their minds. You know how crazy a scene gotta be for the veteran Max Tennyson to pull off the shocked Sonic X face? You know something special is about to happen. The moment we've all been waiting for finally comes as the Chromastone shards combine together to form the returning combatant Diamondhead. Now let me tell y'all something right here, man. When I first saw this scene as a kid, I was happier than them niggas who were getting all the PS3 deals back in the day. Diamondhead is without a doubt one of the greatest aliens in the franchise. So seeing him pull up to the battlefield with that 2008 Royal Rumble John Cena energy had me excited. Next frame is even funnier because Vilgax gives Ben the whole "really nigga" face. I was thinking, ain't this the same alien whose face and hands I broke last time? You really chose him over Forearms or Eye Guy to fight me? This clown Vilgax though doesn't realize he's about to get the same squash beatdown as that tournament clown who tried spitting game on Vegeta. Ben informed Vilgax he's had a lot of practice with Diamondhead and fired his shards at the villain, which causes him to activate his shield. Unfortunately for Vilgax, them shards broke right through his 100 overall level shield. Vilgax tries his beam next, but the GOAT Diamondhead summons a large shard from the ground to block the beam and jumps up in the air to continue his onslaught on the villain. Vilgax was like, "You're not going to turn me into Bellamy," and fired one more beam at Diamondhead, but the GOAT blocked the attacks again with his diamond shards. Vilgax, who was in this "I got something to prove today" head ass, ran up to the shards to surprise Ben Tennyson. Unknown to Vilgax, Diamondhead was already behind him and lit his ass up with more projectiles. With Vilgax momentarily stunned, Ben uses the opportunity to activate his finishing maneuver, takes 3 large diamond pillars and hovers them over to the clueless villain. This shit is wild. I don't remember Diamondhead ever having Jean Grey ass techniques. Diamondhead orders for the diamond pillars to crash on Vilgax and pause. This gotta be one of the funniest split seconds ever. This dude Vilgax tried activating his inner Roadrunner animations but failed tremendously as he was encased inside the pillars. Realizing that he got clapped by the same alien whose face he cracked years ago, Vilgax admits defeat to Ben Tennyson, and the young hero is chosen as the winner of the 1v1 throwdown thanks to the GOAT alien Diamondhead. Naturally, Vilgax and his forces would leave the planet, but the sore loser made sure to remind Ben he'll get vengeance on him one day. The squad also got together to talk about the fate of Chromastone. Luckily, nothing bad ever happened to this underrated alien, as we found out in a later episode that he is indeed Space Jesus. Man, this gotta be one of my favorite fights in the series hands down, because we got Diamondhead back with a sensational return. Diamondhead is in my top 3 all-time favorite Ben 10 aliens, so seeing him back and getting revenge on the same villain who was responsible for cracking his face in the previous series made my day so much. Also, I love the amount of vengeful hunger Vilgax brought in these 2 first episodes of the 3rd season of Alien Force. Fans like to clown on this version of Vilgax a lot, but they often forget this version of the character clapped the Galactic Enforcers, humbled Max and his team, and clapped 4 of Ben's Alien Force aliens. It took Ben pulling out Diamondhead to defeat Vilgax, so I say that's a great accomplishment for Alien Force Vilgax. Now I know someone is going to say, but how come we lost to Diamondhead? Y'all forget Diamondhead is one of Ben's most versatile alien forms. That nigga can adapt to pretty much most opponents depending on the situation. Not to mention, this is one of Ben's older aliens who he's had much practice with, so of course this is going to be the alien who defeats Vilgax. With that said, let me know your thoughts on Diamondhead's legendary return in the comments below. As always, if y'all enjoyed the video, consider hitting the like button and subscribe to the channel. As always, I hope y'all can have a nice week, and I'll catch y'all for the next videos. Voro Army out.